Now, if you're interested in doing an audio tour and talking about all your different waypoints, then there's an easy way to do that. So we're just going to first get ready by having our tour selected down here. So just click once on it. We're not going to play it yet because we'll do a little audio introduction first, and then we'll begin the tour and then kind of talk over as the tour happens. So in order to do the audio recording, there's a little record a tour button up here, which will give us a couple of things here. When we click on the microphone, then we'll be able to start recording. So you might want to actually write down an introduction first, and a great introduction has things like who, what, where, why, and when to describe what people are about to see. And I'm sure you've done introductions for other projects, so you can draw on that experience. But here I'll do a quick little example. Welcome to our tour of Asia in Toronto. We're going to show you some sites in Chinatown near Spadina and Dundas that look just like places back in Asia. The first photo we took is of the 3 significant colors from Asian culture, which are red, yellow, and green. This picture shows some of the overhanging signs that look very similar to signs that we saw in Asia, as well as the shop in front. Here's a great example of a fruit and vegetable market that reminded us of the same kind of thing in Asia. And here we see the kind of casual signs that are very common for these kinds of markets, just handwritten on cardboard. And so on and so forth. I didn't set my other place marks, but when you're done your audio tour, click on the red record button and that will stop the recording. Welcome to our tour of Asia in Toronto, and play it back. We're going to show you some sites in Chinatown near Spadina and Dundas that look just like places back in Asia. The first photo we took is of the 3 significant colors. Alright, I'm just going to pause there because we don't need to watch the whole thing over again. But if you're happy with the audio tour, then we want to save it. And this one we're going to make it nice and prominent that it's the audio tour. And we could in fact even delete the other one that we had because everything is saved in that first one. So I would go ahead and delete out the first one, and we have our second one, which again has all the same stuff that we want, zooming and all that kind of stuff. Now, one problem with the recording your audio is that you have to do it in one continuous take. You can't do little ones unless you kind of organize it that way, and you can say audio tour for the first street, audio tour for the second street, or whatever. Because the problem is if you get down to number 15 and you make a big mistake that you don't really want to have in your audio tour, you have to start all over again. So if you do it in sections, it means you only have to redo one part of it, but it means other people have to play each one to go through the whole thing. So that's a decision you'll need to make. If you think you can do it in one take, no problem. It may take a few practice tries to get it. But when you are happy, you may want to actually move the audio tour up to the top. So I'm just going to click on it, and I can scroll as well. Scroll up. I want to see that kind of black line in between there. There we go. Our audio tour is right up at the top where somebody could click on it and play and get the full tour. Now we need to do one final save, and because we have audio in here, we need to save it as a different format. You want to right click on your KML layer, but we're going to do a save place as again, but this time we want a KMZ file because that will package all the things up. but it leaves our original untouched, which is also good. So this one, perhaps we want to call it something like give it a bit more meaningful name, and then we'll save that on the desktop as well. And that is pretty much it. And if you don't want to do an audio tour, well, I'll do another movie that will let you add in the information without talking.